It took a trash file and turned it into something usable. I upscaled 8 different low-quality photos using AI for utility, and the results were unexpected. Most people think you need to pay the subscription or a cloud-based supercomputer to restore your old photos. But today I'm going to show you how to do it locally on your PC with $0. This is Upscayl. It's an open source Linux, macOS, and Windows tool that uses powerful AI models to breathe new life into blurry images. But it's not just a one-click fix. To get the professional results, you need to understand the engines under the hood. So let's get it started. Before we start, let's look at the engines available in Upscayl. Each one is built for different tasks, and choosing the right one is the key to a great result. Upscale Standard and Light. These are the basic models for most images. Use Standard for clean result or Light if you want high speed with minimum quality loss. High Fidelity. This model focuses on realistic details and smooth textures. It's a great choice if you want to keep the image looking natural. Remacri. This one is specifically for natural images. It adds extra sharpness in details to textures like metal and landscapes. Ultra Mix. A balanced model that provides a mix of sharpness and fine details for complex scenes. Ultrasharp. If your photo is blurry, this engine pushes the sharpness to absolute limit. Digital Art. This is designed for illustrations and drawings. It smooths outlines and keeps colors bright and clean. Now regarding the interface, I recommend leaving the image scale by 5 times. This will be more than enough to upscale most low-resolution photos to a high-quality results. However, if you're working with a very small image, like a tiny icon or a small crop, you can enable double upscale feature. This is useful when the standard upscale isn't enough to see the details you need. That said, you should be careful not to overuse it. This feature runs the upscaling process twice on the same image. As a result, a 5 times scale becomes effectively 25 times in total pixel count. If you apply it to a regular photo, the output file can become extremely large. It may take up significant storage space, slow down your computer, or even cause the software to crash. In most cases, the standard upscale option provides a cleaner and more stable result. Briefly about the settings. Here you can choose a fancy theme or change the look of the app, and you can also change the language if you prefer. Crucially, you can choose the output format for your photos: PNG, JPG, or WebP. If you want to save storage space, go with JPG or WebP. But if you need the highest quality without any compressions, stick with PNG. Frankly speaking, I wouldn't advise touching the other settings here unless you are an advanced user. The only exception is the GPU ID section. If you have multiple graphics cards, make sure the software is using your powerful dedicated GPU. Other than that, there's no need to change anything. If the program ever behaves strangely or stops working correctly, you can always return everything to the factory defaults by clicking Reset Upscale. Now let's move to our 8 test photos and see which model actually win. To start, we need to select our photo. There are several ways to do this. You can drag and drop the picture into the program, use Ctrl+C, then Ctrl+V inside the window, or just double-click to browse your files. This is a huge variety in our test today, from hardware and architecture to portraits and retro games. I wanted to see where this AI excels and where it might fail. Let's start with one of my own video thumbnails. As you can see, the resolution is very low, specifically 320 by 180 pixels. On a modern 4K monitor or even a smartphone, this looks like a blurry mess. You can barely read the text and logos have jagged edges. This is a common problem for creators who need to reuse old thumbnails or low-quality screenshots. For this test, I want to see if the AI can reconstruct the sharp lines or the OS logos and the text without making them look messy. I'm going to test a few different models here. Since this image has both text and graphics, it's a tough challenge for any AI engine. Let's see if we can turn this tiny file into something usable for a high-definition video. Once you selected your photo, you need to click on AI model to choose the best engine for your picture. For this first test, we will select Remacri. This is a great choice for images with logos and text because it focuses on sharp edges and fine details without making the colors look unnatural. Next, you can click Set Output Folder if you want to change where your photo is saved. By default, the program saves the new image in the same folder as the original. Now, just press the upscale and watch the magic happen in real time. Once it's finished, you'll get a notification that your image is ready. Now, look at the best part, the comparison slider. You can move the line left or right with your mouse to see the before and after effect. This is a fantastic feature because usually you only find this kind of tool in premium or expensive software. Finally, you can open your folder and check out the final result. For our first test, I tried all the models, but there were two clear winners, Remacri and Upscale Standard. These two provides amazing clarity without any artifacts. They even perfectly restored the tiny water drops near the Linux Mint logo. However, not every model performed well. For example, the digital art model made the Google Chrome logo look less round, adding aggressive dark shadow to the edges. It also failed to detail the water drops near the Linux Mint logo. The whole image ended up looking too cartoonish and lost a lot of important details. This proves that more isn't always better. Choosing the right model is everything. Let's move on to our next photo. This time we will try to upscale this portrait of this handsome man who looks surprisingly like me, standing against some beautiful mountains. The original resolution is quite low, only 640 by 360 pixels. This is a tricky test for AI because of the depth of field. In the original photo, the background is naturally blurred to keep the focus on the person. A good AI model should recognize this and avoid adding sharp details where they don't belong. For this specific image, there were three clear winners: Remacri, Ultramix, and Ultrasharp. These models performed perfectly. They kept the mountains in the background soft and blurry, exactly as they were intended to be. At the same time, they did a fantastic job detailing the face and the texture of the shirt, making the subject look sharp and clear. Interesting, because the standard model struggles here. It provides a confusing result by sharpening parts of the mountain while leaving other parts blurry. This creates an unnatural look because background should be consistently out of the focus. This proves that when you have a photo with a blurred background, you should stick to models like Remacri to maintain that professional high-quality look. Next, we have a photo of a classic hard drive. This image is already in decent HD resolution, but our goal here is to see how much extra details we can recover. When dealing with hardware, it's all about the small things like serial number, fine lines, and screw heads. For this test, the top performers were Remacri and High Fidelity. These two models were incredibly impressive. They managed to restore even the tiny 1631 engraving on the hard drive internal arm. They kept the metal surface looking smooth and realistic while making the text legible and sharp. The other modules struggle quite a bit. They applied a much more aggressive sharpening, which result in artifacts, strange visual glitches that actually hide the details rather than showing them. In those versions, the small numbers and fine textures were completely lost in the noise. This shows that if you're working with technical photos or macro photography where precision is key, High Fidelity and Remacri are your best friends. Now let's work on this legendary photo from GTA Vice City, showing Tommy Vercetti standing in front of the iconic Ocean View Hotel. The original resolution here is only 640 by 360. This is a classic vintage graphics scenario where the 3D models and the textures look very jagged and pixelated on a modern display. For this test, there were two practical winners: Upscale Light and High Fidelity. First of all, let's talk about Upscale Light. This model was fantastic. It smoothed out the jagged edges effectively without changing the original vibe of the game. It's perfect for a clean, authentic look. High Fidelity. This model offered even better texture smoothing. It made the building walls, the car, and Tommy's shirt look much more polished, almost like a modern HD remaster. I also tried the digital art model as a bonus. It looks incredibly cool, it gives the screenshot a stylish hand-painted feel, however there is a catch. If you look closely at the mini-map in the corner or the text, the model starts to generate them incorrectly. It smooths them out so much that you lose the original details. So use light or fidelity for realistic cleanup, but try digital art if you want a unique artistic version of the scene. Next, we have something much more complex. An architectural masterpiece with hundreds of tiny details, faces, and textures. This is a photo of stunning frescoes inside a Vernigerode castle. The resolution is 720 by 480 pixels, and for such a busy image, the AI really has to work hard to keep everything sharp without making it look messy. In this test, the clear winner were High Fidelity and Remacri. These models were impressive because they successfully restored the faces of the characters in the painting and kept the fine architectural details intact. Everything looks natural, clear, and very close to what you would expect from a high-resolution professional camera. On the other hand, models like Ultrasharp failed this test. Even though they try to simulate mega details, they struggle with the human faces in the background. In many cases, Ultrasharp completely destroyed the facial structure, making the people in the painting look unnatural or even unrecognizable. This is a significant downside when you're working with art or historical photos. To give you the better idea, here's the original photo for comparison, so you can see all the details for yourself. The following image is actually a script of my video about Zorin West. The resolution is very low, only 640 by 360 pixel, which makes the text look like a blurry mess. It's almost impossible to read at this stage, but let's see if AI can perform a miracle. For this challenge, the top performers were High Fidelity and Remacri. These models did an amazing job of reconstructing the letters without creating significant artifacts. The final result is very sharp and, most importantly, perfectly readable. If you lost a document and only had a low-quality screenshot left, these models could literally save your work. Frankly speaking, the other models failed this test. Most of them produces too many artifacts, making the letters look distorted or wavy. Instead of making the text clearer, they made it look inaccurate and messy. This proves that when you need to restore documents, screenshots, or any kind of text, you should definitely stick to High Fidelity or Remacri for the most precise result. Now let's try something different. A vintage style photo of the famous Tyne Bridge in England. The resolution is quite small, only 576 by 380 pixels. This image is a great challenge because of the fine metal structure of the bridge and the old film texture, which includes grain and some scratches. In this case, we have three winners: Standard, High Fidelity, and once again, Remacri. The standard model has actually a pleasant surprise here. It partially removed the aged film effect, making the image look much more like a realistic modern photo while keeping all the important details sharp. High Fidelity and Remacri also performed very well, maintaining the balance between vintage atmosphere and the clarity of the bridge's geometric lines. While other models seem to do a decent job at first glance, they struggle with the smaller elements. If you zoom in just a little bit, you can see that models like Ultrasharp started to lose the tiny details such as cars and people. Instead of restoring them, the AI turned them into blurry shapes. This shows that if you want to restore an old family photo or a vintage landscape, the standard or fidelity models are your best bet to keep those tiny real-world details alive. Finally, I saved the hardest challenge for the last. This is a macro photo of mechanical pocket watch, and it has the lowest resolution of all. At this size, the image is basically just a few dozen blocks of color. It is a true miracle if any AI can make this readable. In this extreme case, there was only one winner, Remacri with the double upscale feature enabled. I was genuinely shocked to see that it perfectly restored almost all Roman numerals on the watch face, while it couldn't fully recover the tiny complex gears inside the mechanism. It turned a blurry mess into a recognizable, clear-looking object. Frankly speaking, every other model performed terribly. Most of them couldn't even recreate the numbers accurately, and the internal gears look like a smudged painting. Without the specific precision of Remacri, the other engines simply gave up on an image this small. Here's the cherry on top. Now, to be completely honest with you, I want to show you the original high-resolution photo. As you can see, the real photo has much more details in the metalwork and texture. However, considering we started with a tiny 216 pixel file, the AI did an incredible job. It took a trash file and turned it into something usable. It's not a perfect reconstruction of reality, but it's a massive leap forward from where we started. Looking at these results, it's honestly mind-blowing how far we come. Just a few years ago, this level of image restoring was reserved for high-end studios or expensive cloud services. Now, you can do it all for free, locally on your own computer. We have such a huge variety of AI models and tools at our fingertips. But there's one golden rule to remember. The more information your original photo has, the better final result will be. AI is powerful, but it's need a solid foundation to build upon. It's an incredible time to be a creator. I hope this inspires you to go and rescue some of your old photos. Creating these videos takes a lot of time and effort, so if you want to support the channel even more, you can hit the join button. If this video was helpful, please like it, and I recommend watching this video on how to upscale video for free with AI.